Hi everyone, welcome to this video. So in this video, I want to show you how to use color to create a focal point within your visualization in Tableau. What do I mean? If you have a data set and you want your users to focus their attention, or you want to get the attention of people to a particular segment of your dashboard, you will need to use a color, or you want to use a color for that purpose. Now, I have a visualization. Now I've used a bin within this visualization. What do I mean? Bin is used to create categorization and to get the intervals within a fixed interval within your axis. Now, if you want to know how to use bin in Tableau, check my previous video or check the series of my video I've created in the past. Now, I've created a bar chart using a bin, and the bin is fixed size of 500. And I've used sales for that purpose. Again, this is my data source is the sample EU superstore data source. Now I created a bin from sales, which is this one, and is of interval 500. So now the explanation here is that for all product name, or count every product name that has sales within the range of 0 and 499. So the number of products that have that sales value is 1649. So I want to highlight a segment of my visualization to say they have the sales, and I want them to drill down into this portion. All of the ones have individual values that are above 500. So for the number of products in this category is 527. So they have individual numbers, not some, but individual sales numbers that are above 500. This may be based on different factors, maybe the sales or the price of the products. But again, the focus of this video is to use color to focus on this segment alone. And I want to ignore this aspect. Again, I've created a video on how to use colors specifically for different reasons and for highlighting reasons. So the logic to this is to create two classification for your colors. One identifying the highest or the area of focus, and the other one identifying others. So we'll be using a calculated field for this purpose, and I will just say color for sales. So what I want to establish is say if their sales value, that's individual sales value, is less than 500, give me this color. If otherwise, give me that color. Now, I'm going to say if sales, not sales bin now, if sales is greater than 1, or greater than 500, then 1. Why am I using 1 for this? Why am I not saying less than 500? 1, because I'm going to use a sequential color, and the more it increases, the darker it becomes. So I'm looking at less than 500, and I want my less than 500 to have the darker color. You will see how this plays out. Okay, so less than 500 should have a darker color or a different color. So that's how sequential, but I'll be using diverging, not sequential color. Diverging are two sequential colors combined. So let's just focus on this formula. Then else, not to then else, give me 0. And so we've been able to create this calculated field, categorizing them into 2. So the darker color we have 1, the lighter color, or regardless of as it plays out. So I'm going to drop this into color. Now it has divided it into 2. You can see that above 500 has a different color. But the reason why I will not be using sequential color for this is because it's going to be changing the intensity of it from this down. I want to use 2 sequential color. One representing this, and the other two sequential, which is a divergent color. So I'm going to come in here and change my color to diverging. How do I do that? I'm going to select from the list of diverging colors in here. I'll go for red and green. Okay, so you can see as from 0 to 993, it's giving me red. So intuitively, lesser color has negative. And again, I'm lucky, I'm going to be focusing on the lesser color. Now, what does this interpret as? Is highlighting this for me as my segments. Okay, so count individual sales number. Let's look at our formula again and be sure we have it. So if sales is greater than 500, else 0. Okay, now let's go to, I expect this one to give me the color I need, not necessarily this. So it's 500 is what it is. So I need to reverse the color from here. Let's see what reverse gives me. Still the same, something wrong with the formula. So nothing specifically is wrong with the formula except that it's summing it up from here. So now let's turn this to dimension. Okay, now we have our distance number. All right, so I've been able to attach my green color here, so everything is perfect now. Cool. What I do not want is I do not want focus. So like I said, let's remove this reverse so we're fine. I do not want them to focus on this green color. I just want my red. So all I'll do is to ensure that I change my red, my green to gray. So I'm going to come in here and select a different number. Let's just come here and pick a middle, like I have my gray in here or something around this area. Yeah, I think we're good. And it's grayed out. Now I've been able to establish my focus to be here. I can decide to change it to gray, more gray color. Let's see what we have in here. Let's see what it plays out to be. Cool, this is better. So now when I create this bar chart, my color easily flags out that this is where I want you to focus on. Ignore this area, and these are ranges of values that have individual cells. So what kind of product do they have in there? I can then possibly drill down to see, okay, the product is not that expensive or it's costly, or we have low patronage from our customers. I hope you find this video helpful. Thank you for listening.